And good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing on this beautiful day? Welcome to Forged with Fire, the podcast and stream where we talk about manly things, uh, learn from my mistakes, learn about life and leadership. My name is Spencer Ray, known on the gaming platforms as Fire Squasher 357. Thanks for watching, listening, however you're doing this. We have actually started working on setting these up as audio. Gonna find me a platform to throw audio out there too pretty soon. So we've got the files ready to start uploading, and I think we've got a process in place really good. So hopefully we can start reaching some more people, which will be really, really fun. So had kind of a crazy week, had a fun week. My wife and I are at a really, really cool place in life right now. We've been able to pay off quite a bit of debt. And this last week and a half, we've paid off our car. And this last Wednesday, we finished our pledge to our church for a building campaign, the Welcome to the Future campaign at James River Church, which would have been impossible on our own. I said this is just something I really felt I needed to put out there first. We should not have been able to give what we gave, but God made it all possible. He opened a lot of doors that we wouldn't have been able to open ourselves, and I'm very thankful for what He's doing, what He's done in our family, and how we're really blessed. So that, and we've also had a few changes. Got me a new stand-up desk, so you can see my monitors up a little higher on the video today. Actually, can I look straight at them instead of looking down, so that I don't feel like I've got my neck craned down and blocking my face, so you can actually see my face, which I guess is okay. I feel like I'm kind of ugly, but that's all right. Um, that and wearing a nice thumb brace today. Getting old sucks. Got tendonitis in my thumb. Tweaked my knee last week, so it's been a very eventful week since I last threw a podcast up here. So it's been fun, I guess you could say. I think the tendonitis came from after I built my computer to stream and game with here. I also bought a gaming keyboard and mouse, and the mouse has the thumb buttons on it, obviously for being a gaming one. But I also macroed them to help me with my regular work since I do work from home right now, and I used them as my copy and paste macros. And I'm a web content writer, so I do a lot of typing, have specific templates that I need to use for the company I work for on certain projects. So I was doing a lot of copy and paste, and my thumb just started hurting really bad. So I got on the Mayo Clinic website, and I'd been trying to stretch my thumb and just looking at injuries. And then whenever it got to looking at tendonitis, they were like, well, here's the test you do to see if you've got tendonitis. And it was the exact same stretch that I had been doing for about a week. So yeah, getting old really sucks. So for you guys that are there along with me, hitting your mid 30s, early 40s, yeah, get ready. It's coming. You'll get to face it too. Gaming wise, this weekend got to have some fun. I forgot to stream. I'm getting really good at not turning on my Twitch, which I keep forgetting to. I got to get it up there more. In fact, I forgot to update my title for this. So if you're watching this live right now, I'm sorry, you got the wrong. I'm not playing Fallout 76, and it's not lunchtime. It is a Monday morning though. I got to play with my daughter. My daughter's a big Destiny 2 fan, and got to run through some Destiny with her. I mean, that's a fun platform, fun game that reminds me a lot of the old school Halo. But I really like the gameplay and the controls on it and everything. So it was really fun. I've got to get back out there and remember to turn that on and live stream that a little bit more. I don't have a camera set up, so it's I don't know. I feel like I'm not really streaming when I play on my Xbox just because I don't have the camera set up. But I don't know. Maybe I'll move my webcam off my computer on there and we'll figure out how to make something work. But anyway, had fun doing that. Not a ton of sports that I got to watch this weekend going on. Kind of was trying to keep up with some hockey. St. Louis Blues had a big game. Had a high scoring game, 7-6. I think over the L.A. Kings, where everybody was scoring. I mean, That was bad goaltending. Either was it really good offense or bad goaltending. I didn't get to actually watch the game. I just watched the scores as it happened, and yeah, that was a really super high scoring game. A little bit of NCAA basketball. North Carolina got beat. I'm a North Carolina fan. I don't get alerts on everybody, but North Carolina got beaten one game and then turned around and beat the number 11 seed, which was really cool. So maybe now they've got a chance to get into the March Madness tournament. I'm really crossing my fingers. They don't have the greatest team this year, but they do have potential. I believe they're a pretty young team, so maybe this is a good thing for them to build off of and go forward. Did get to watch some NASCAR because that's really the only thing racing right now. I was actually surprised at how decent the racing was. Like I said, I used to be a huge NASCAR fan back when it was anybody could win on any given Sunday. Now it's, you got some super teams that pretty much win everything, or just 3 or 4 drivers that win everything. But it was great to see in the Xfinity Series, which is, for those of you that may not know much about NASCAR, it's it's kind of like I hate to say minor leagues, but it's one step down from the top tier of NASCAR. They had their third different winner this year, and I believe their third first-time winner this year. So it's really cool. Myatt Snider won the race down there in Homestead, Miami Speedway. I believe it's a 2-mile track. It's an oval. It's not a D-shaped oval, but it's an oval that they've got progressive banking on that they did about 10, 15 years ago, and it's really got its own personality. That's really a really rough track that really chews up tires. So you've really got to have a handle on it and have your cars set up to where you can start out running low and then move up against the wall. There are some guys it's crazy to watch. They're going 180, 190 into the corner, and they're an inch. I mean, literally, some of those guys were just an inch or two away from the wall, and they're riding like that for several, for like 200 laps. It's really crazy. But, yeah, so watching those guys do that. And then the big race yesterday, in the Cup Series, William Byron ended up winning that. It's great to see William Byron win. I've been following him since he came into the Truck Series he's a Liberty University student, and Liberty University sponsors him. And I did my first year and a half of college at Liberty University. So when to hear that they had a student coming into racing, I've followed him a lot. And it was great to see him get a win. He got his first breakthrough win last year in the Cup Series. It was, when he was coming through trucks and Xfinity, he really, really, I mean, he came in like his first year in the trucks, he immediately won the championship. So they moved him up to Xfinity. Then he immediately won and won a championship. And then they moved him into Cup, and he didn't have quite as much success. I think it was just because of where Hendrick Motorsports was at the time. That's the team he races for. And now they're starting to get good equipment. They're starting to get their equipment all ironed out in the way to be really, really competitive and win a lot of races, especially after his teammate, Chase. I can't remember Chase's last name because I don't like Chase. Sorry. I'm not a Napa guy. But Chase Elliott, he won the championship last year with Hendrick Motorsports. And so they've really got really competitive equipment now, and Williams a really great driver. So it was great to see him get up there and win. My guy, Ryan Newman, didn't start the greatest. He started 23rd, ended up with the top 10. He ended up in 7th place. So it was great to see him if he can't win, be Mr. Consistent again, because he's always been one of those drivers that's in the top 10, top 5 consistently when he's got a good car. When he's got a good car, you can't pass him. You listen to other drivers talk about what's the one thing about Ryan Newman that you would say is different than everybody else, and they will tell you he is the hardest guy on the track to pass, especially when he has a decent car. Doesn't have to have a great car. If he has a decent car, it's really hard to get around him. So it was great to see him get up there, back in the top 10, start getting back on form, start seeing Roush Fenway giving him a good car. Hopefully he can get some good finishes. He's in his last year of his contract with Roush. So hopefully he either gets an extension there or gets moved to a good team. I'd hate to see him. I know he's been in the Cup Series for a long time, and he's on the latter half of his career. But I'd hate to see him have to go down to a lower level team just to keep racing. It'd be great to see him either stick with Roush or get in another good team with good equipment so he can get back up there and win again. But that kind of sums up my sports and stuff that's happened over the last week and a half. But I want to kind of on the growing and leadership stuff for today. Um, you know, I throw a lot of racing stuff out there, and I'm going to do it again. But actually, this one's more of a sports analogy. One of my devotions from this last week talked about community, having a community around you. And I know I've kind of hit on this a little bit in the past, but really, it's really starting to hit home with me and my family right now because we finally hit a point in life where we're able to, actually, where we feel comfortable opening up about our past. You know, my wife and I, we're not perfect humans. We've made mistakes in the past, and some of them we've opened up too much to people and gotten hurt. So we haven't opened up as much as we should. But we've hit a point in life where we're blessed enough, and we found a great church home and good careers with good people that we've started building relationships with other people. Not as many as we would like, but you know, we're being very careful, very intentional about who we really grow close to. And I think that every man out there really needs to have a group of guys around him that will take you to the next level. I don't think that we need as men. Yeah, we're going to have the friends that are on the same level of as us, but that's just life. You know, we're going to have the buddies that we hang out with, that we're doing the same things. We're all at the same point in life. But I think we also need to have a community around us where we've got men that are further along than us, that can help us learn and grow, that can lead us and help us move forward in our careers and our finances. Spiritually, you know, if you're a believer, you need to have those mentors that can lead you spiritually and will call you out. And this is in every area of life. That will, you know, a leader that will call you out and tell you, hey, guess what, man? You're being stupid. You're making mistakes that are going to affect you a lot. You need to change your direction. We all need those groups of guys around us, but we also need to have, as we're growing and learning, we need to have, you know, guys that are younger than us. You know, I'm in my early 40s now, and I don't have as really many that I'm helping bring up right now, other than my sons. But I think as you get older, we really need to have those guys that are the next generation behind us, 15 to 20 years behind us, that we're giving them a hand up and giving them stories of where we've screwed up in life, which is kind of why I'm doing this, whether to do this podcast thing. I know I'm never going to do this for money. I do it more for, I hope that there are some guys out there, and if there's any gals out there too that kind of listen to it, that may either get something from it or, you know, elbow their significant others and say, hey, you might want to listen to this part. If I can help anybody, you know, do better in life, you know, grow, make the world better for other people, and then turn around and be blessed and it gets better for them. You know, if I can do that, that's what I want to do. And I think that's what as men we need to do. So we've got these tiers that we've got to have, where we've got guys that are further along financially, career-wise, spiritually, you know, in any aspect of our own life that we're looking at. You know, you've got these guys ahead of you, and they're going to be pulling you up and, you know, challenging you and making you really make smart decisions and get better and grow. But we also have to, you know, we're going to have our buddies too, that we're going to be like, dude, I had a really crappy week. Here's what's happened. And they're going to understand where you're at and be able to tell you, hey, don't make any dumb decisions. It's all right. Just get through this tough spot and move on. But then we also got to have that third level of, hey, kid, you need to really think about what you're doing, because I did that in the past and it really screwed me up for a couple years. You know, we've just got to be able to, we've got to make sure that the next generation behind us, we try to help them not make the dumb mistakes we've made, or help them through the mistakes they've made because we've got knowledge of where we've screwed up. Or, you know, just trying to make the world a better place. I say that to a lot of people. I do it on a lot of emails and social media posts, that it doesn't matter what's going on in the world today. There's stuff I don't agree with. There's stuff I do agree with. There's stuff that I think, how in the world can anybody think this? But that's my personal opinion. And it's stuff I normally keep to myself, because I think what it all boils down to me as a Christian with a relationship with Jesus Christ, I I don't need to, really tell somebody, what you're screwing up, you're going to hell. I really need to tell them, hey, Jesus loves you. He loves all of us. You might be making an unwise choice or something that's out there I think is really unwise, but I just need to show you Jesus. I'm going to show you his love and hopefully lead you to Jesus, and then let him change you. It's not my job to change people. It's not my job to judge people. It's my job to lead people to Jesus. But we all need people around us that are leaders, and those that are underneath of us that we can be leaders for. And sometimes it's not about expressing our personal opinions. It's about helping them through the experiences and also sharing the experiences of our past. So get that community around you. Be the quarterback for some guys, but also be the guys in the trenches on the line. For the racing analogy, you don't always have to be the driver. Sometimes you are the crew chief on the pit box. Sometimes you're the fuel man. Sometimes you're the tire changer. You don't always have to be the quarterback. Just be a part of a community. Be a part of a group that you're striving towards a goal, which is a win. And winning looks different to everybody. Like I said, whether it's career, finances, spiritual. I've started doing I've got my certification for financial coaching, and it's something I've started doing on the side as a side job. And I really enjoy doing it. I've really found a passion for helping people because of where my wife and I have been. We've been pretty deep in debt. Over a long time ago, when we were first married, we had filed bankruptcy and got through that, thank God. Ended up putting ourselves back in debt pretty far, and then realized what we were doing and decided to get out of it, and we're still working on it. But we've learned a lot of life lessons while we've been doing it, and it's really put a drive inside of me to help others not get in debt if they're not in debt. Teach them that a FICO score is just it just tells banks how much you like to borrow money. That's all it does. It doesn't really give you, there's no self-worth in a FICO score. All it means is if you got a high FICO score, you've had a lot of debt. And guess what, folks? I've got a high FICO score, but my debt's coming down. We've paid off a lot of debt over the last couple of years, and it feels great. And I want to bring other people along for the ride. I want to keep people from doing it, and I want to bring people along for the ride. So, guys, no matter where you're at in life, just get that group around you. Get those guys that'll lead you forward and that'll take you up to the next level. Don't get stuck where you're at, and bring somebody along with you. As you're getting pulled forward and learning and growing, reach back for the people behind you, whether it's the next generation that's coming up behind us, if you're my age in your early 40s, or if it's, hey, I've got buddies that they need some of this too. You know what? If they're on the same level as you, start pulling them along with you, and let's make the world better for someone else. Let's make this world what it's meant to be. So that's about all I got today. Thanks for listening. Thanks for anybody that's out there watching on Twitch land right now, watching live, or if you're watching it on YouTube later, thank you for watching. Thanks for joining. If you would, give us a like, a subscribe, a follow on Facebook, on YouTube, or here on Twitch. On Facebook, you'll catch us as Forged with Fire, and as YouTube as well. Here on Twitch, Fire Squasher 357. Appreciate everything, guys. I hope you all have a great day, and God bless.